Great. Well, got it. Hi, everybody. It's really good to be together. And my name is Carolyn. Just in case you happen to tune in and you haven't taken one of my classes before, welcome. I do encourage you to grab a chair, any old chair. I'm sitting in mine right now, but I'm going to have you start with breath work on your mat. But a chair will be really helpful later. The 2 blocks, I love to use that for our sun salutation at the top of your mat. And if you don't have blocks, paper towel rolls work great. But I encourage you to get at least 1, if not 2 sets of blocks. You might like a towel or blanket underneath your backside while you're sitting. And strap, we may or may not get to, but strap, pet leash, old belt would be really helpful if we get to it. But chair is really essential. But I would like you to start on your back if you're comfortable lying on your back. And we'll start with our coming to an awareness of our breath. And I guess I would use the always. You're not supposed to say always and never, but I'm going to say I always start my yoga classes with coming to an awareness of your breath, because breath is it's called prana. That is what yoga is based on. And pranayama is the breath of life. And we wouldn't be very far in this world if we didn't have our breath. So take a moment lying on your back. Maybe you choose that restorative rest pose with your knees bent, soles of your feet at the edges of your mat, your knees knocked together, one hand on your heart, one on your belly. And just take a few moments to breathe in your life, breathe in power and strength, and let go on your exhale. Let go of those things that don't serve you. Let go of your concerns, your cares, your thoughts about snow, your thoughts about traffic because of said snow. And my theme this week is really finding joy despite our circumstances, or in the midst of our circumstances. So yeah, most of us don't really care for the snow, but we can find joy despite the snow. Most of us, I will say all of us, are not thrilled with a cancer diagnosis, but we can still find joy despite our circumstances. So breathe in that joy, breathe in that power to overcome, and let go of those things that hold us back from recognizing that we can have joy. Maybe you choose that pranayama, that breath of victory, in through your nose and out through your nose with a slight constriction, so it's an audible breath. On your next inhale, take a full body or a morning stretch with your arms overhead. Point and flex your feet, arch your back. And then with your arms overhead on your back, rotate your hands so your palms face the ceiling And in light of our snow, in honor of our snow angels, we did do these last week at the end, but we'll do them at the beginning now. Take an inhale, reach your fingertips towards the back of your mat, and with your exhale, sweep your arms and skim the backs of your hands across the floor and bring your hands down along your sides. Maybe add your legs. Inhale, spread your legs, sweep your arms up, keep your palms on your floor. Exhale, sweep down and close your legs. Go at your own pace. Inhale, sweep up and open. Exhale, down and close. One more time. Inhale, up and open. Exhale, down and close. Breath in and out. Bend your knees, place the soles of your feet on your mat. Inhale, draw your right knee into your chest and squeeze. One more inhale here. And with the exhale, take your forehead towards your knee. Hollow out your belly. Magnetize your lower back into your mat. Inhale, lower your head, and exhale, lower your right leg. Left side, inhale, left knee into your chest and give it a little squeeze. One more breath in. Exhale, forehead to left knee. Hollow out your belly. Small of your back is smashed against your mat. Inhale, lower your head, and exhale, lower your left leg. And we'll go a little faster. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, forehead to knee. Inhale, lower your head. Exhale, lower your foot. Left. Inhale, left leg in. Exhale, forehead to knee. Inhale, lower your head. Exhale, lower your leg. And you can continue, go at your own pace. Or if you want to go a little faster, you can do the crunch and switch. So that would be knee in and bounce your other leg, knee in and bounce, switch and switch, or just do the slow. But this is a double bounce with the extended leg. Or just continue the other, and we'll do 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Even yourself out. Take another full body stretch, arms overhead. Then take both knees into your chest. Circle your knees one way, and then circle the other way. One more thing, lying on your back before you come to a seat. Take your arms along your sides. This time your palms are facing towards your thighs and feet are together. Take an inhale to lengthen your spine, pull your belly in. On the exhale, slide your right hand down the outside of your right thigh. This is penguins, also in honor of the snow. So ground both shoulders into your mat, both hips are on your mat, and you just slide it down. Inhale, slide back up. Exhale, slide your left hand down the outside of your left thigh and create some space in your right side. And we'll do a couple more, maybe a little faster. Inhale, center. Exhale, penguin right. Inhale, center. Exhale, penguin left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. And back to inhale, center. Make your way to a seat. So take your hands behind your thighs, rock and roll along the length of your spine up to a seat, or You can turn to one side, push yourself up to a seat, and you can do all of this in your chair, or you can do this in seated on your mat. I think I'm going to go and not exactly sit on my mat, but sit on the floor. And if you do sit on your mat, you might take that towel or blanket and use that underneath your seat to just tilt your pelvis a little bit forward, and you can cross your legs if that's comfortable. Maybe take the blocks underneath your knees or your thighs. Do whatever feels best for you. And take your hands on your knees. Find a straight spine. So belly is in, shoulders are down. Lift through the crown of your head. Take an inhale. And with your exhale, turn to the right. And just, how does that feel? Hopefully there's no pain. Back off if there's pain. Inhale, center. Exhale, take a turn to the left. Maybe one side doesn't go quite as far as the other. That's absolutely fine. This side doesn't go as far for me. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, drop your chin to your chest. And then do a little right and left with your chin drawn down. And just look right and look left with your chin down. Don't overdo. We don't need to overextend. We'll just find some openness in the back of your neck with this little opening. And then come back to center. One more thing for our neck, our cervical spine. Take an inhale, and with your exhale, just jut your chin forward. Shoulders stay back. Chin is level, just jut a little bit forward. Inhale back to center. Exhale, jut it forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward. Inhale, center. Exhale, last one. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward. Back to center. And reach behind, extend your legs, and now change out the cross of your legs. And we will go for our Y for C spine warm-up. So change out, I didn't change out the cross of my legs, I just put them back the same way. So now they're the other way. Hands start on your knees, straight spine, belly is in. Inhale, cow pose, roll your shoulders back. Chin can be elevated slightly, but it's a spread across your chest. Spread out your pecs. Activate your back muscles. One more breath here and exhale, cat, round forward. Maybe your chin goes towards your chest. Stretch out your back muscles and draw your belly button towards your spine. Inhale, mountain pose. Arms sweep up, palms face each other, biceps as close to being next to your ears as you can get, but shoulders are down. Breathe in. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, reach your left arm straight up, and exhale, take a side bend to the right. Roll out your neck if that feels good. Up at your elbow crease, down at your right hand, and bicep right next to your ear. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Bend your left elbow. Maybe roll out your neck if that feels right. Both sits bones are equally grounded. So the bend is always from the waist up. Inhale, rise back up, left hand to the outside of your right thigh. Exhale, right hand down at your hip. Inhale, lengthen your spine, pull your belly in, and exhale, take a twist to the right. Shoulders stay down. On the inhale, lengthen your spine. On the exhale, twist. Inhale, right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, take a twist to the left. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. Draw your belly in. Inhale, both arms sweep up, mountain pose, palms face each other, and exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath here in and out. One more breath in and one more breath out. Reach behind, extend your legs, change the cross of your legs back to the way you started. And if that's too confusing, that's okay. We will flow breath to movement for our Y for C spine warm up. We'll flow 2 times. Hands start on your knees. Inhale, cow, spread your collarbones. Exhale, cat, round forward. Inhale, mountain, arms shoot up. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, side bend right. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, reach your right. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, left hand, right thigh. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, extend for upwards. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, right hand, left thigh. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, mountain pose, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe here in and out. One more time, flowing breath to movement. Hands are on your knees. And I guess to be perfectly symmetric, we should change out the cross one more time. Extend your legs forward, change out the cross of your legs. And if you did it the same time each way, you know what? That is okay. As long as you're happy. Find whatever you need to do. Hands on your knees. Inhale, cow, lift your heart. Exhale, cat, rounded forward. Inhale, mountain, arms up. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, left hand, right thigh. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. Inhale, right to left thigh. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, extend. Exhale, twist. Inhale, arms up. Maybe palms touch overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Awesome job. And find that joy in, we do our Y for C warm up, spine warm up almost every class, and just find joy in the repetition. We do take a little bit of changes. We change it up, but there is something to be said for routine. So come to hands and knees, tabletop, and you might like to have that towel underneath your knees. But do take your blocks to the front of your mat and put them on the highest setting. If you don't have blocks, you could put your chair with the seat facing towards you, and use that just to get up and down a little more safely. And we'll do our simple sun salutation, which I always just love so much. We'll do our tiger curls, which I know you guys love so much. But core work is so good to have a strong belly so that we can do those belly laughs when we find our joy. So tabletop, hands and knees. Inhale, right leg back, toes on your mat. Extend your right heel towards the back of your mat. Look down in between your hands. Stretch out the back of your right leg. Inhale, lift your right heel, but drop your right hip so hips are level. Look down and exhale, bend your right knee, curl it in, knee to nose. Lift your right knee, find that core engagement, your low belly. Inhale, extend your right leg back. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, extend your right leg back. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, extend it back. This time, exhale, bend your right leg, step in between your blocks. And I've said before, if you need to use your right hand to get your foot in the proper place, do that. Take your hands up to your blocks and stabilize. Stack your right knee over your right ankle. Inhale, maybe take your hands to your right thigh, or maybe you just stay in a kneeling lunge, or maybe you take your arms overhead with an inhale, full kneeling warrior. Arms up, fingertips reach towards that sunshine. I know it's there. We just can't see it right at this moment. Take a breath in and exhale. Take your hands down to your chair or your blocks. Inhale, lean forward, lift your back knee and rock forward. Push into your blocks. Exhale, step in between your blocks. Inhale, mountain pose. Straighten your legs. Reach your arms overhead. Palms face each other. Pause a moment here in full standing mountain pose. Lift your kneecaps. Belly is in. Shoulders are down. Reach your fingertips tall. Strong gaze, joyful. Breath in and exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe here in and out. Inhale, mountain pose, arms overhead. Exhale, bend your knees. Take your hands down to your blocks. Keep your chest in front of your nose. Press into your blocks. Inhale, step back, right foot, big step back. And exhale, put your right knee down. Inhale, push into your blocks. And exhale, step back to tabletop, hands and knees, hands on your mat. Inhale, cow pose, lift your tail, drop your belly, maybe roll your shoulders back. Engage the muscles of your back and stretch out your belly. Exhale, cat, curl it in. Dome out your shoulders, push your fingers, each individual finger into your mat. Spread your fingers a little bit. And back to neutral, we'll do the other side. Inhale, left leg back, toes on your mat, and magnetize your heel towards the back of your mat. Look down, stretch out, create space in the back of your left leg. Inhale, lift your left heel, flex your left foot, drop your left hip down. One more inhale, exhale, knee to nose, curl it in, lift your knee as high as you can towards your nose. It may not get there, it may get there. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, send it back. This time, exhale, bend your left leg, step in between your blocks or your hands and stabilize. Bring some weight into your left foot, stack knee over ankle, hands come to your blocks, to your chair, or maybe they come up to your left thigh. Shoulders are down. Look forward with your next inhale. Maybe you raise your arms up for full kneeling warrior. Scissor your thighs together. That's one way to find stability. You can keep your back toes tucked or untucked, maybe one way, or you can play with that and see what gives you more stability, or maybe you just have your hands down on your blocks for now. Breath in, exhale, take your hands down to your chair or block. lean forward. Inhale, lift your back knee, rock forward, push into your blocks. Exhale, step in between your blocks. Inhale, mountain pose, straighten your legs, and exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe here in and out. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to your blocks, heart is forward. Inhale, step back left. Exhale, left knee down. Inhale, push into your blocks. And exhale, use your core to go back to tabletop, hands and knees, hands down on your mat. Inhale, cow, drop your belly. Exhale, cat, curl it in. Great job. We will flow breath to movement. This really gives you some aerobic fitness. It raises your heart rate, but it also works your muscles, your bones, and your joints. And that's awesome. We'll leave out the tiger curls. Link breath to movement. Start with your right leg. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, step in between your hands. Inhale, hands to your right side. Exhale, shoulders down. I'm a little tippy today. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down to your blocks. Inhale, lift your back knee and rock forward. Exhale, step in between your blocks. Inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe here in and out. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to your blocks, heart forward. Inhale, step back right. Exhale, right knee down. Inhale, push into your blocks. Exhale, tabletop, hands on the mat. Inhale, cow, drop your belly. Exhale, cat, curl it in. Left leg. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, toes or step in between your hands. Inhale, hands to your thighs or blocks. Exhale, shoulders are down. Inhale, full kneeling warrior, arms up. Exhale, hands down to chair or blocks. Inhale, lift your back knee. Exhale, step in between your blocks. Inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, arms up, mountain pose. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to your blocks. Inhale, big step back left. Exhale, left knee down. Inhale, push into your blocks. Exhale, tabletop, hands and knees, hands on your mat. Inhale, cow, drop your belly. Exhale, cat, curl it in. Great job. We are going to come to do a couple standing poses now. So how do we get up to standing? Just the way you did it. If you have some difficulty getting from sitting to standing, just take one leg back, step in between your blocks. Inhale, rock forward, lift your back knee, and exhale, step forward. And voila, here we are standing. I'm going to ask you to consider moving your mat sideways because this next sequence, the next two standing sequences are going to be just facing one side, one long side of the mat. So it'll just be easier, but I will also request if you used a towel or blanket for your knees to get rid of that so you don't step on it and trip over it. We don't need the blocks right now, so just you and your mat. So actually face the right side of your mat, and we're going to be working towards this long side. So we'll have our right and left. So inhale, mountain pose, arms sweep up. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to heart center. Take a step back with your left leg. And we're coming to warrior one. So we'll have two lanes for our feet. Right foot is forward, left foot points towards the upper left corner of your mat. Turn your ribs, put your hands on your ribs and turn your ribs to face the short side of your mat on the right, and take a bend in your right leg. You can keep your hands at heart center, or you can keep them on your ribs actually, or you can keep your hands at heart center, or inhale, raise up your arms, full warrior one, arms right next to your head, palms face each other. You're facing towards the short side of your mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, take your hands to heart center. Inhale, straighten your leg, your right leg. So now both legs are straight. You've got 2 lanes for your feet. You're facing towards the short side of your mat. Take an inhale to lengthen your spine. And exhale, this is pyramid pose. It's a bow forward with a flat back. If this seems like this is not great, keep your back flat, but maybe you just take your hands on your right thigh for a little support. And you can do that both to go down and to go back up, which we're going to do in a moment. But for now, inhale to lengthen your spine and pull your heart forward, and exhale to take a little bow. And I'm feeling something on the back of my front thigh. Inhale, walk your hands back up, and we're going to spin towards the long side of our mat. Sweep your left arm up to star pose. So you're going to pivot on your feet. So toes are out, heels are in. Most of this it's a little bit of on the balls of your foot, but I spin mostly on my heels, but you do whatever seems best to you. So now we're in star pose, palms face the long side of your mat. You create a giant X with your body. Take a breath here in and out. Take an inhale. Now spin on your heels so your feet are parallel, and take your hands to your waist. Take an inhale. We're going for a little bow, a little prasarita. So bow forward with a flat back. Again, you might take your hands to your thighs for support. And we don't curl forward. Well, you can if you know how to do it safely, but I like to just keep my back parallel to the floor and just keep a flat back rather than rounding forward. But you do what serves you. And breathe in and out. Inhale, walk your hands back up your sides and come back to a flat back. And on your and take your arms back up to toes out, heels in, big star pose. And with your exhale, rotate on your left heel to spin your left toes so they face the short side of your mat. And we're going towards warrior two. So take a bend in your left leg and take your arms down so they're parallel to the floor and your palms are facing down. Peel your fingertips in opposite directions. Your gaze is towards the middle finger of your left hand. And if you have to straighten and bend that left leg, if your quads are screaming, that is okay. And now we're all going to straighten. Inhale, straighten, and back to star pose. So spin on your left heel, toes out, heels in, and you're back to your giant X. Now with your toes out, heels in, exhale, horse pose, bend your knees, take your hands to heart center. And knees are in the same direction as your toes, and maybe you surf out your horse a little bit, go from side to side. Again, straighten and bend as you need to. If your quads, or in my case, my glutes are kind of screaming a little bit, or not screaming, they're whining. All right, and surf that out. Inhale, star pose, and exhale back to warrior two on this side. So arrange your feet so right toes point towards the right side of your mat. Palms are down, and you're facing towards the long side of your mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, take your hands to heart center, turn towards the right side of your mat, and take a step. Take a breath in and out. One more breath in and out. So now we'll start at the other side of our mat. So this is at the left side of your mat, and we'll do that whole thing the other way. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to heart center. Take a step back with your right foot. And we're going for our warrior one. So one separate lane for each foot. Left foot points towards the short side of your mat. Hands are on your ribs, and spin your ribs so they face towards the short side of your mat, the left side. Take a bend in your left leg. And your right foot points towards the right upper corner of your mat. Lift your chest, shoulders are down. You can stay with your hands on your ribs. You can take your hands to heart center, or you can, with your next inhale, raise up your arms and find full warrior one. Take a breath in and out. Inhale. With the exhale, hands come to heart center and straighten your left leg. Ribs are still facing towards the side of your mat. Take a breath in to lengthen, and exhale. Take your pyramid pose, little bow with a flat back. Option to have your hands on your left thigh. Take a breath here in and out. One more breath in and out. Inhale, option to walk your hands up your thigh or straighten with a flat back and come back to our giant X. Toes out, heels in. Take up space, palms face towards the long side of your mat. Take a breath here in. Exhale, hands to your hips and rotate on your heels so your feet are parallel. Inhale to lengthen your spine, and exhale to bow forward for that prasarita, flat back. Option to take your hands to your thighs and stretch out the backs of your legs. Engage your quads, and that'll give a little more space for your backs of your legs. Inhale, walk your hands back up your thighs and come back to star pose. Toes out, heels in. Exhale, bend your right leg, come into warrior two, facing the right side of your mat. Gaze is towards the middle finger of your right hand. Arms are parallel to your mat. Right knee is bent. Straighten if you need to. Peel your fingertips apart. Activate your deltoids. Inhale back to star pose. Straighten your right leg, toes out, heels in, giant X. Exhale, horse, hands to heart center, bend your knees in the same direction as your feet. We won't need to do too much shifting this time. Well, let's do a little shifting, but not too much. Inhale, star pose one more time. Exhale, warrior two. So rotate on your heels, left foot towards the left side of your mat. Take a bend in your left leg. Warrior two, arms parallel, palms face down. Take an inhale and exhale, hands to heart center, step to the left side of your mat. Samastitihi, stand at attention, breathe in and out. One more breath in and out. Great. So we will flow that breath to movement. We'll simplify it just a little bit. So it'll be mountain to warrior one, to pyramid, star, warrior two to the back, and then step forward. And then we'll repeat it on the other side. So a little shorter. And I know you guys can do it. So start at the right side of your mat. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Step back with your left foot, 2 separate lanes. Inhale, bend your right leg. Exhale, chest towards the short side of your mat. Inhale, warrior one, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center and straighten your right leg. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow for pyramid pose. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, hands to your hips and rotate on your heels so your feet are parallel. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow for Prasarita. Inhale, rise back up, star pose, toes out, heels in, and exhale, warrior two to the back. Inhale, and with your exhale, hands to heart center, step towards the left side of your mat. I said back, but it's really left because I'm so used to doing front and back. So we'll come back the other way. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, step back right for warrior one. 2 separate lanes. Inhale, bend your left leg. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, warrior one, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center, straighten your left leg. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow for pyramid pose. Inhale, star pose, open up the side of your mat, toes out, heels in. Exhale, horse, bend your knees, hands to heart center. Inhale, back to star pose. Exhale, warrior two, bend your right leg, face the right side, arms forward and back. Take an inhale and exhale, hands to heart center, step forward, breath in and out. Awesome job. That was a workout for our brain as well as our body. And I just know I can just feel my bone getting stronger as I'm remodeling, as I place, as I do weight bearing exercises. And my muscles are certainly getting stronger, both in my legs and especially my core, my back, and my arms. So awesome job. One more standing sequence, again, just using one side of your mat. So I didn't move my mat earlier. I'm not sure why I didn't, but I can do it now because we can, and I'll move it back the other way. So start at the right side of your mat for mountain pose. Inhale, mountain pose, arms sweep up. Exhale, bend your knees, step back with your left foot. And this time we're going for warrior two right off the bat. So right heel bisects your arch, right foot points forward, left foot points towards the long side of your mat. This time your hands go on your ribs and you face the long side of your mat. Take a bend in your right leg. Take one more inhale. Exhale, warrior two, arms forward and back. Gaze towards the middle finger of your right hand. Inhale, straighten your right leg. And exhale, our friend triangle pose. Bump your hips to the left hand on your hip. Back of your right hand slides down your right thigh. Spin your heart open. Hike your left hip up and back for triangle pose. Option to extend your left arm straight up at the ceiling. Take a breath here in. Now imagine you're holding onto a balloon in your left hand, and in, just lift a little bit up and exhale, settle down. So we're working our side bodies. Inhale, raise up just slightly that balloon, and exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, horse. Bend your knees, hands to heart center. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, warrior two to the left side. Bend your left leg, arms forward and back, gaze towards the middle finger of your left hand. And ribs are facing towards the side. Take a breath here in. And exhale, face the left side of your mat, step forward or step to the side of your mat. Take a breath in and out. Whew, I am feeling that in my legs, so I hope you all are too. In a good way, in a joyful way. Inhale, mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, bend your knees, step back with your right foot. Pause to check that your right foot is pointing, right toes are pointing toward the long side of your mat, left toes point towards the short side of your mat, and you're in kind of more or less the same plane. Turn your ribs to face the long side of your mat. Take a bend in your left leg. Warrior two, inhale, and with the exhale, extend your arms to the sides, palms facing down. Feel that activation as if you really want to stretch and reach your arms in opposite directions. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, right hand to your hip, bump your hips to the right and slide the back of your left hand down the inside of your left thigh. Spin your heart open. Hike your right hip up and back. So that means some activation of your glutes, and maybe you take your right arm straight up. Maybe you try that little balloon thing. It's just sliding maybe 1 inch. Inhale, lift as if that balloon is lifting you up, and exhale, come back to center. Inhale, lift, and exhale, center. Inhale, lift, and exhale, center. Inhale, come up to star pose, toes out, heels in. Exhale, take a horse, hands to heart center, bend your knees. Inhale, star pose, reach it up. Exhale, warrior two to the right. Bend your right leg, gaze forward, palms down. Take an inhale and exhale, step forward. Take a breath here in and out. We will come now. We won't flow that because I guess I took a little too long doing that. But standing poses are just so good and I love them so much. Take your chair and we will take a seat on our chair for Malasana on our chair. So just face the camera with your chair, sit on your chair at the edges of your chair. And this is our frog squat. And you can do it without your chair, but it's pretty darn difficult. So I'm not going to do it, but you could if you just, freestyled it, you could do it. But let's not do that. I'm sitting on my chair and I would suggest you sit on it too. sit at the edge of your chair, knees wide, feet are out in the same direction as my feet. Take the back of your right hand inside your right thigh. Take an inhale, and with the exhale, open up your chest, spin your heart open, and you have the option of taking your left arm up. You can use the leverage of the back of your right arm against the inside of your right thigh to spin open and reach towards the ceiling. Inhale, slide it back up and heel toe your feet together and just lift your heels. Take a little break, and then we'll do the other side. Spread your knees wide. I'm sitting at the edge of my chair. Take the back of your left hand inside your left thigh and slide it down any amount. Spin your heart open, option to raise up your right arm in opposition, as if you're just waiting to give somebody a huge hug. They're running towards you, and you're going to give them a huge hug. And inhale, rise back up, heel toe your feet together, and we will find our way down to our backs on our mat. So get your chair out of the way. We are not going to be using the strap because I ran out of time for that. But lie down on your back. And if you are thinking, oh, all of this standing to sitting to lying down, how do I do it? Take your blocks, and just as we did to get down before, inhale, lift your arms, exhale, bend your knees, take your hands to your blocks. Inhale, take one leg back. Exhale, put your knee down. Inhale, push into your blocks, and exhale, tabletop. And then you can walk your blocks down. You can sit on one side, and then use your blocks to find your way down to lying down. So once you are lying down, bend your left leg and cross your right ankle over your left thigh for a little supine pigeon, and work to take your right knee forward. If that feels good, you may even lift up your left foot, grab behind your left thigh, flex both feet. If you lifted your left foot, keep the figure four, but put your left foot back down on your mat. Take your arms out to a T and send both feet off, or send your right foot off to the left. Aim to ground both of your shoulders in your mat. Maybe you look off to the right and get a little twist and breathe. Uncross your legs, take them back up to center, ground your right foot into your mat, cross your left ankle over your right thigh for the supine figure four. Option to lift up your right leg and circle your hands around your right thigh, or not. And find some opening in the outside of your left hip. If you lifted up your right foot, put it back down on your mat, take your arms out to a T, palms facing down, and send your left foot off to the right. Maybe your gaze goes to the left. The aim is to twist from the hips down so that your shoulders stay grounded on your mat, but you will not get points off if your shoulders are lifted. So we are not going to the Olympics with our yoga practice. We will never go to the Olympics with yoga. If we do, I will quit, because the whole point of yoga is to be non-competitive. Uncross your legs, take your knees back up to center, find your resting pose, whether that's back to restorative rest with the soles of your feet at the edges of your mat, or whether that is Shavasana with your feet straight on your mat, your toes rolled out to the sides, arms along your sides, palms facing up or down. Take a moment or two to rest. And who doesn't find joy in rest? Well, I'll tell you, sometimes it's hard to find joy in rest because we're all about what we're doing, but find joy now in just a few minutes of soaking in your practice and returning to an awareness of your breath. Stay and rest in your Shavasana as long as it serves you. If you are ready to move on with your evening, start with little movements in your fingers. Open and close your fists. Maybe rotate your wrists. Let your head roll from side to side and take a full body stretch. One last morning stretch. Arch your back. And then turn to one side, bend your knees, and when you are ready, push yourself up to an easy pose, an easy seat, I should say, and take your hands to heart center. I'm so grateful for this chance to be together, and yoga brings me joy. Each of you brings me joy, and let's take a community breath together of joy and gratitude. Inhale and exhale, we bow.